I'm like too far invested into this game at this point to not just keep going with it until I win the lottery, so to speak, of doing like winning a big field live tournament. I'm not done.
But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward.
Welcome to the start of week 5. It's been a pretty brutal start. Today I had day 2 of the $1,100, started with 25 bigs. Not much really happened for a while. I ended up going quite short near the money. I had to make a few tight folds, and then under the gun, guy opens to 20k. I'm in middle position with ace queen offsuit, get my last 8 big blinds all in. There's like 170 left, 150 paid. 153 paid. He cycles off with 4-3 suited and he gets there. That was pretty annoying. So I jumped in the 1100. Second entry was going really well. I had this really nice hand where I raised with ace king, ace of diamonds, king of hearts under the gun, big blind calls. It comes 7-6-2, 2 diamonds. I bet, he raises, I call. Pretty standard so far, beat loads of draws. The turn pairs the 2 and then he bets quite fast, pretty big. And then when he bets on the paired turn, like it's pretty polarized, like, and especially when he bets big, like his boats don't want to bet big, and he sets up like a really low stacked pot ratio for the river, which doesn't make sense. So I was thinking like he's probably bluffing. So I started staring at him, and his breathing was going absolutely insane. So I thought, I'm sure this guy's bluffing now. Like there's a small chance, like before I saw the breathing, he might have like 8 to 9s and just think he's good, or like a 7. But now I'm like, no, he's just super polar. He's got some sort of draw. I don't need to get it in now because my ace high is good. So I'll just tank and look like I've got a really tough spot to just always call the river on a brick. So I tanked for ages, kind of give it like the, oh, I've got a tough decision call. River's a third 2, like best card in the deck, absolutely nothing changes. Even less likely he's got a full house if my read is wrong. He goes all in really quickly. I was gonna snap call, but I thought I better just like give him a bit of a stare first and see if I can pick anything up for future reference, because I'm calling anyway, so I might as well see what his body language is like. And again, he was breathing really heavily, looked like pretty uncomfortable. I call, and he has 8-4 diamonds for the combo draw the brick, so that was pretty nice. And then I get into a ridiculous spot where I raise under the gun with aces, button calls who's a reg, big blind calls who's a woman but isn't playing too tight. It comes jack 8 of clubs, no, jack of clubs, 8 of spades, 3 of clubs, we all check. The turn is pairs the 3. I check again. The reg now bets 7.5k into 22.5k. The woman calls. I raise to 24k because I've got a really aggressive image at the table, and I thought no one's going to believe me based on the stuff that I've been shown down at this table. I pulled off like a pretty crazy check raise river bluff and showed. I thought this is like the perfect spot now. They're just never going to be able to fold to me. The reg goes all in for his 62k, and I'm like absolutely snapping him off, thinking like I'm just printing versus him. Like he probably gets it in with an 8. He probably gets it in with all his draws now because he thinks I've got folds. And then the big blind goes all in for 102k. So I go 7.5 call, I make it 24, all in 66, all in 101.5. I had no idea what to do. I thought I'm definitely ahead of the reg, but this like obviously should be ahead of me, but my aces are so disguised. Like, is it ever just ace jack, king jack, ace jack 8? Is it ever like a combo draw that just wants to run it and thinks that I'm bluffing enough that I will fold? Or I had no idea what to do. Having the ace of clubs at this point was annoying because it's not going to be a nut flush draw. But if she has a 3, she probably thinks about leading the turn or check raising the turn. Not to say she can't have it. And if she has 8s or jacks, I didn't buy the snap jam. Like the snap rejam almost felt like it's obvious. Like I have no fear of getting in here. It's almost like she wanted me to fold. Well, that's how I took it anyway. I thought about it for ages and thought, whatever, I'm just going to get this one in. I don't know if this is correct, but I went with what I came to the conclusion of in the game. I wasn't sure. The reg's got 9-8 of spades, so read was right there, but the woman has 3-4 offsuit, so she did have trips, and yeah, the snap jam got me. I just thought when she gets it in so fast, I really leveled myself into thinking that it looks so strong when she does that. So I would then start folding my overpairs, and that's really bad if she's got a 3 or better, so she shouldn't do that. But I completely just leveled myself. Like maybe I should have just tried to think out of it instead. I don't know, like given the information I had, I still don't know if I made a mistake. The result seems to show that I did, but I don't know how wide she's getting it in there. But the snap jam, I guess, is just always strong in this case, but I didn't know. But so it goes, and then I lost the flip. And then I went to play the $500 tournament at the Wynn, and I busted very fast hand. So I was done for the day. Day one, busted 4 tournaments technically, but I only entered 3 tournaments because I was in a day 2. But yeah, bad start to the week. It is week 5, day 2. Today I went to play the 1K at the Orleans, new venue. I did not win. And I went to play the $400 Colossus. I got in with 25 bigs and I just jam ace queen versus a late position open into jacks. So I'll be going back to re-enter that as well. No matter how many times that I lose in a row, the voice in my head just says, you're not done yet. Like, pick yourself back up, do it again. Like, keep studying, keep playing, keep in a good mindset, and the rest is noise. It isn't always easy. It's definitely like the hardest times for me are when I make mistakes as opposed to when I'm just unlucky. Like, being unlucky is irritating in the moment, but then it's gone. Making a mistake can sort of play on my mind a little bit more, like why did I let that one slip through the gaps? What led to that happening? But again, I've got a lot better at dealing with those two, and I make less. It's always a work in progress. Like, there's loads of mistakes I'm sure I'm making that I'm not aware of, but at least the ones I am aware of, I'm reducing, and I'm dealing with myself better when I make them. But yeah, that's tournament poker. It's a grind. It's a true grind. Like, it's like nothing else, because it's like being beaten up repeatedly and just having the will to say, I'll have some more. I'll sign up for that again, because that one time, it's like winning the lottery. The times it goes well, it's like such a polarized outcome. Like, imagine working a job all year and just never being paid, or like, in fact, losing money, and then one day they're like, oh, here's 2 years salary. What a stupid, objective way to live. But like, now that I'm in it, I kind of think that if anything, I'm made for this. Like, I'm still here, I'm still doing it. I don't plan on stopping doing it, at least not until I have achieved a lot more. Maybe once I have like complete financial independence for my life, like retirement type money, then I'll reevaluate my approach to tournaments. But until I get there, I almost feel like I'm just going to keep spinning the wheel. I guess that was all that was on my mind for today. I'm going back to rinse the $400 Colossus now. I think I will need to final table to get out of it. There is going to be many, many people. Day 3, I went to play the 1K at the Orleans again, and I just lost the flip to bust, and then I went to play the Colossus again, and I don't actually remember how I busted, but I didn't cash. I got kind of close to the money again. Would have been pretty funny to cash that tournament twice and not make day 2. I just finished day 4 of week 5. Today I played the 3.5K Wynn. Like main event, championship, crazy tournament, made like 5 million in the prize pool. I got in with over 100 bigs. I had a really good table. I grinded up to like 80K from 40K. Didn't really get into like that many difficult situations. It folds to the hijack, who raises off 35 big blinds, and I've seen that he's too aggressive in like 4 different hands. He showed up with hands he's not supposed to, so I'm on the button with pocket 8s. I decide that I'm just going to 3-bet call because I think he's just going to 4-bet jam too wide. He jams his 37 bigs, whatever it is, I call. Pretty standard hand, annoying one to lose, but I've still got like a decent stack. Lots of series of normal hands happen. I end up going kind of card dead, getting closer towards the end of late reg, and then I raise in the hijack with king of spades, jack of diamonds. Big blind calls. I'm not really sure about him yet. I don't think he's like bad. Little did I know, it comes king 10-2 with 2 diamonds and 1 spade. I have king of spades, jack of diamonds, beautiful flop. I bet 25%, I bet 1700. He makes it 6.5k. I call, very easy call at this point. Top pair, backdoor flush draw, crush all his bluffs, way ahead, easy. So this makes the pot like 19.8k. I've got 19.2k behind. Turn is the ace of clubs. Really good card for my range because I've got ace jack, I've got no flush draws, I've got ace queen, I've got ace 10, I've got ace king, I've got aces, I've got all these really good hands he doesn't have. Not great for my hand, but like, what ace does he have really other than the nut flush draw? Like, you shouldn't really check raise an ace, right? And now he goes all in. He goes all in for 19,200. My effective stack pretty quickly. Doesn't make sense to do this with like a nut flush draw because it's like way ahead of way behind, right? You don't just want to put your stack in there. Like, it's hard for me to call it worse. You block the draws. It doesn't make sense to really do this with that many hands, except for like maybe king 10, maybe like king 2, maybe 10-2 suited. But it's really hard to flop 2 pair. So it's annoying I've got the jack of diamonds, I block loads of bluffs, but I just think when he snap jams, he's not really supposed to snap jam this card. This is my card. He's supposed to heavily check or like just not put his whole stack in. So not the most ideal spot. I wasn't entirely sure what to do, and I literally, about 20 seconds pass, and then a guy 2 to my right, in fact the guy that got there with his ace 5 of spades, guy from Spain, calls clock. And I've not been like taking the piss in this tournament at all. I haven't been taking very long. Sometimes I do take a bit long on decisions. Like I'm aware of it. I know like I can take a bit too long in some spots. But in this tournament I hadn't. Like I hadn't got into any spots where I needed to tank. I just didn't really get any tough spots. And this guy called clock on me in 20 seconds when it was for my tournament life, which is pretty annoying. Like I pretty much already thought I was going to call, but like the fact he did that I thought was pretty out of line really. And I said it to him, and he was like, "Oh, I just want to play more hands," and I don't know, like come out with some nonsense. So that like kind of tilted me, to be honest. Like that made me like, then I was probably about to call, but the fact he did that, I was like, "Am I just tilted? Like now I need to rethink through all my decision." Like I took the whole clock length then to then like reconsolidate the fact I wanted to call because like, what is this guy doing? Ended up calling. So remember the flop was king of diamonds, 10 of spades, 2 of diamonds, turns the ace of clubs. He check raised and then put me all in. I end up calling because I just thought, what's he up to? Annoying to have the flush draw blocker, but like I'll just crush all of his bluffs, and like I don't know if he just jams with a king sometimes. Like what's this? It just doesn't make sense. I don't know what he's doing. He's probably got a flush draw. I call. He has ace 6 of hearts. He check raised me on the flop with ace 6 of hearts when like I know it's not like good energy to just shit talk people, but this is like one of the worst check raises I've ever seen. And then he finds like one of the only card he has to get there, and I have one of the only hands that has to go broke, and it's just, I don't know, man. It's just after all the time I've been playing in Vegas, like seeing a hand like this, just man, this is the people that I'm losing to at this point, and like I don't know, man. Like it tilted me. I'm very like the dinner break was about to start, so I didn't re-enter until the dinner break, so I got like an hour to sort of chill out and just think, you know what, this is a really good tournament, it's worth coming back in. I'm still playing good, like just come back in, go back in the lottery. And then not much happened. I just chilled. I got up from 40k to 50k, and then get to move to a new table. Button opens, I'm in the small blind with my 20 bigs with ace jack. I go all in.
Good luck. I take it back. Good luck to me. Nice one.
Pretty brutal day. I lost the 3.5k twice. So then I decided I had time to go race the tag team. So this kind of cheered me up weirdly. I didn't have a tag team partner at last minute because everyone's either already playing or like just really hard to find someone last minute. So I got Gloria to come and play. She's never played a live tournament poker in her life, but she only has to play 2 hands. So I said, all you have to do is play in the blinds. We're going to have like 16 bigs when we buy in. Just if you have pocket 9s to aces or ace king or ace queen, just go all in when it's your turn. I had to remind her like where the turns are and stuff because she hasn't really played before. If you have any other hand, just fold. So that was pretty fun. It was just a really great energy tournament. Like, everyone's just a lot more relaxed. There's people dressed as Spider-Man because it's Halloween. Like Phil Helmuth was on the next table over as well. It was just like a really relaxed environment. And then I just folded for a while, went down to like 14 bigs. I limp the button with queens when it folds to me. The big blind raises to like 5 big blinds, so I know he's committed to my stack, so I jam.
We got him, honey.
We got him so far. Good luck. Every time I've said good luck to someone, they've won, so. No. We need some help. We need 2 of these. We need 1 of these. Just the queen.
All the queens left.
So I rounded off the day with another bad beat. I mean, like at this point, I'm feeling pretty numb to it. Like I don't see these things anymore, and think like, oh, for fuck's sake, I just think yeah, that's just what happens. Maybe this is what trauma is. Yeah, I've played, must have played over 50 tournaments now. I'm past halfway and I'm just seeing this relentlessly, whether it's like getting it in good, whether it's getting in, like someone doing something stupid and that's the reason I lose, losing a flip, like whatever, it's just all the same stuff on repeat, and you know, it feels like the definition of insanity, but that's what tournament poker is. It is. It's masochism. It's masochism to play this tournament poker for a living. And this is what I signed up for, so I'm gonna keep turning up, no matter what. I'm just gonna keep turning up. I'm gonna keep playing as good as I think I've been playing, and you know, maybe it's gonna turn around. I'm at least gonna turn up to the end of the series, and then I don't know. I'm like too far invested into this game at this point to not just keep going with it until I win the lottery, so to speak, of winning a big field live tournament. I'm not done. I'm just never going to be done with this game. I refuse. I refuse at this point to go through the experiences I've been through and not come out the other side with a big win. I just refuse. I knew going into this there was a chance I was going to lose a lot. I thought the amount I'm down now was a worst case scenario by the end of the trip, so like I hope that stays reality, that it doesn't get worse than this and stay that bad, but you know, it's what I signed up for. This is my profession, so tomorrow I'm back for the $600 World Series event again. I'm gonna try my best, and who knows, maybe this is the one. It could always be the one. The heat could always be about to start. You never know. You just never know when everything's gonna just switch. It's Halloween. I've seen loads of people dressed in cool costumes. I can't be that beaten down, you know. I've played loads of great tournaments. I've had a lot of opportunity. There's a lot more opportunity to come. I'm gonna save my moping and moaning until the trip is over. Until the trip is over, I have nothing to complain about because I'm gonna win. I'm gonna win the bracelet. I'm gonna win the main event. I'm gonna win fucking 3 bracelets, fucking 10, fucking 15 bracelets. I'm gonna win every event from now on. You heard it here first. So, yeah. Maybe I'm just going crazy. I'm gonna get out of it. I've decided. I'm gonna get out of it. It's gonna be a tale, the underdog tale of how I went down heaps and then suddenly went on a heater and then I won heaps. And then on day 5, I went to play the $600 World Series event. Great tournament. I had one pretty interesting hand where the reg raises to 8,000 at 4K big blind. Shout out to the fast car. The small blind calls, who's also reg. I'm in the big blind with 4-5 of spades. I call as well, so that makes the pot 28,000. It comes 6 of spades, ace of clubs, 2 of hearts. So I've got a gut shot and a backdoor flush draw. Check. The pre-flop raise, I bet 7K, quarter pot. The small blind calls. So I think I just call here. Gut shot to the nuts, backdoors, amazing price, 7 to win 49. So I call. It turns an 8 of hearts, starts a flush draw, gives me a double gut shot. And I decided to do something kind of creative here because I was against regs. I decided to lead for 17K for about a third pot because it's just really, really, really hard to ever have bluffs here. Like, sure, loads of 2 pairs, loads of like flop traps, like that makes sense, but what am I bluffing with when I call flop and then lead into 2? Like, this feels like the perfect hand. Maybe I'm just never supposed to lead in reality, but I felt like a reg's gonna know that it's just too hard to come up with bluffs here and they're gonna overfold in this hand at some point. And the 7K c-bet was really small and the call, so they can both just have hands worse than ace-x and fold, or turn a flush draw and then fold river, or like, if they have an ace, it's a tough spot on the river as well if I'm gonna bet. Because like I said, what am I bluffing with? Pre-flop raiser folds, the small blind calls quite quickly, so I thought he's either got like a weak ace or like a flush draw. I'm probably gonna go for it. The river pairs the 6. Not a great card because it blocks some of my full houses and good hands and traps. But I just think, like I said, what else am I bluffing with? So I jam the river and get the pretty quick fold, so that was pretty nice. I had a really nice double up. Early position goes all in for like 12 bigs. I rejam with pocket jacks. And then the big blind calls all in for a little bit more than the first jam. So he had like between 10 and 15 bigs. First guy's got between 10 and 15 bigs. The first guy shows 8s, fair enough, jam. The guy that called all in the big blind has 6-5 suited. I don't know why, maybe he just likes the hand, decided to gamble. And then the guy on my left was like, I folded 8s. So basically jacks against 6-5 suited and 8s, which can only win with a straight. It's such a dreamy spot, and then I flopped them nearly dead. So that was a really nice double up. In that tournament, I ended up bagging 500k, like heaps of chips, nearly 50 big blinds. Had a great time. Day 6, so day 2 of the 600, already in the money. I raised with 7s, called like an 11 big blind jam and lose the queens. And then I raised with 8s and call like a 17.5 big blind jam or 18 big blind jam, I don't remember, and lose the jacks. And then I defend with ace-5 suited and check call 2 bets with on an ace-high board, and then end up losing to a better ace. And then I got my last less than 10 bigs in with king queen, and I just lost the flip. So I was just out in less than 1 hour, which is pretty sick. I actually think it took less than 1 level. So just a reminder, it doesn't matter how many chips you've got in tournament poker. You can be chip leader at the table, you're only ever 2 hands away from busting. Don't get your hopes up, just focus on the hands you're playing, play as good as you can. Remember, all the money's up top, so like, don't think too far ahead. You're always 2 hands away from busting, and you're always could be about to go on a heater as well. So just 1 hand at a time, that's all that matters. So I cashed for 1200. So this meant I could enter the $500 Salute to the Warriors event. So I jumped in that. First one didn't go so well. I made a hero with like top pair versus 3 bets, and the guy had an overpair, and then lost the flip. I re-enter, and then I got into such a sick hand. Under the gun limps, middle position limps, the small blind calls. I raised to like 5 big blinds with aces. It goes call, all in, and then the small blind goes all in. So he's limped after like 2 limps, and then ends up calling off his whole stack. Like, what the hell can he have? Like the second limper, like maybe you're scared of under the gun, and then when the under gun just calls, like now you think your hand's good for 25 bigs, whatever you have, 20 bigs. The small blind, I have no idea what's going on. Obviously I'm all in with aces. And then the guy that limped under the gun and called, then calls everyone's all in with 3-4 suited. The other guy's got 8s, fair enough, with 8s, and the small blind's got king jack offsuit. Like, everyone just lost their mind this hand for some reason.
Four-way all in. Wow. So much to dodge. Come on! Hold! Get! Oh, man. Oh, that's not good. Yeah.
That was like a fun one to lose. And then I went to play the Venetian because I had like 20 minutes left to get in. I got in, I ended up getting in with a combo draw against 1 pair, and I break. So I managed to enter again at the very last minute. I got in with like 16 big blinds, so I was on my 5th tournament of the day at that point. Yeah, 5th tournament of the day. And then I just went on a massive heater. I got all in with like aces against jacks. I got all in with something else and held, and just won a flip, and the bluffs are working, and like I bagged the day with 480k, or like some ridiculously big stack, like 80 bigs for day 2. I've not cashed a tournament outside of the World Series yet, so let's see if the curse is going to be broken for that one. And day 7, I just took a day off. Me and Gloria just had a walk, went for a nice meal, mind off the poker. That brings this week's total to 16 tournaments played and a loss of $15,811. Although I am in a day 2 with a lot of chips, I don't have my hopes up that that's going to bring me closer out of it, but it is a sweat. I think there was like 2,000 players, or like there's going to be 2,000 players, and then only about 11% made day 2. We're close to the money, so it's a sweat. But more importantly, the main event is next week, and that's the main reason I'm here. That's the real reason, to play this one tournament, the main event. So that's the one I'm looking forward to. That's the one that I'm holding out for. Like, I know there's loads of great tournaments on after the main as well. Like, it's not the end of the world if I just run bad in it and bust out, although it will be very heartbreaking. But you know, the dream is there. So that brings my total across all the 5 weeks now to I've played 61 tournaments, and I'm down $61,613. So more than an average of -1k per tournament. Not the best so far. But I think I'm playing well. I'm feeling surprisingly good, considering the run I've been on. I mean, I guess I'm just excited to play the main as well. I'm pretty sure if I film after I bust the main, I'm going to be devastated. So we'll see how that goes. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, share, do all the good stuff, and the grind continues. Wow, fucking helicopters again, fucking sorted out. No way.